Hello everyone, my name is Shurlee Sweet and welcome to the Vintage Woman magazine. First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you to the Vintage Women magazine for giving me this opportunity to share a little bit about myself with all of you and to share how to do this faux horseshoe 1940s-ish hairstyle. I don't have a real name for it, but my hair is not this short normally. It is fairly long. I think it's probably at the middle of my back long. So I just wanted to share with you how versatile long hair can actually be with vintage styling. I feel like most people feel like you need to have that specific cut from that decade in order to create the hairstyles, but I am here to tell you that is absolutely wrong. You can have long hair and achieve many different types of vintage-y hairstyles, and this is one of them. So if you all want to know a little bit more about myself and how I did this hairstyle, keep on watching. Okay, first things first, let's talk about how I set my hair. There are normally two ways that I like to do it. It's either a wet set, meaning I had just shampooed and washed my hair, and then I let it dry naturally on its own until it was just damp, and then I will put in a setting lotion and then start to roll. Or, like in this case, I did a dry set, which means it's completely dry, but you still want some moisture to it. So what I'll do is section off this section first, and then I will put in my all-time favorite setting lotion, which is Motion's Versatile Foam Styling Lotion. And my hair is completely stick straight, and this has been the only product to make it last for days. So I absolutely love this. So what I'll do is section each section off, and when I'm working on that specific section, I will pump a few pumps into my hand, saturate my hair, and then start to roll. And I like to roll under. Now the type of rollers that I use today are two different sizes. Normally the ones that I buy come in a 4-pack, and these are the two largest sizes of the pack. The smaller of the two I used on the sides and on the bottom and the back just to give my hair extra height, and then the larger I used on the top. Since the top is already higher, I don't want it to shrink too much where I won't be able to tame it into that nice little like horseshoe-ish look. And then I just roll under. So with all of that being said, the first thing I'm going to do before I even take out the rollers, because I have bangs, and this is only a step if you have bangs, because I despise using hot tools, I'm going to take my teeny tiny straightener and just kind of start to fix the bangs. I'm not going to like make them too perfect because they will start to move as I'm brushing out the rest of my curls and everything. So I just want to get them into that curled shape right off the bat before I go into anything else. Because they are quite long now, I'm growing them out again. It just takes a little bit extra messing with to get them where I like them. All right, now is the time when I start to take down each roller. So a quick little note, you don't want to pull out the roller if it's stuck. Just kind of try and slide it out, because if you pull it, it's going to make the ends really extra frizzy. In this case, I don't do this with every hairstyle, but because I'm trying to force my hair to be a lot shorter than it is, after every roller is taken out, I am going to go ahead and just take a teasing brush. This one is from Suavecita, and tease each roll that comes down. And with each roll, or with each tease, I'm going to give it a little bit of hairspray. And today I will be using Suavecita's Firm Hold Hairspray. Okay, so if your hair is looking like this, you are on the right track. But before I finish taking off the rest of my rollers, I did want to mention the difference in teasing that we're going to do. So here I teased from top to the bottom of the hair. Once you get closer to the top of the hair, or the rollers at the top of the hair, you want to only tease maybe midway. So you'll take your hair and you want the height mostly within this section, because now we want to keep these really nice curls when we start to blend everything in. So I left 3 on this side, 3 rollers left on this side, and 4 on this side because I did part my hair to the side. And then I'm gonna do that to all of the pink rollers in the back. All of the green rollers in the back of my hair, I teased from top to bottom, or from root to end. Once you start to look like you're going for more of a Peggy Bundy look, especially because of my bangs, again, on the right track. So here I have teased all of the bottom half of my hair and just the half of the top of the hair. And you are halfway done. So now the next trick to make sure that all of your hair looks like it belongs up here is to grab some very sturdy bobby pins. The ones I like to use are from the brand Metagrip Premium Bobby Pins. I get these at Sally's beauty supply store. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon or any, you know, supply store kind of place. I just really like them because they have a really, really good grip to them. So what I'm gonna start to do is kind of just gather the bottom of my hair, especially these weird little ends here, and start to tuck them under and pin them down. And I'm gonna do that around my entire head. So something that would be super duper helpful in this part of the hairstyling would be a hand mirror and another mirror in the back, just to make sure that you got most of the little loose ends tucked under. We're gonna have to go back and play with the hairs that were like from the top that are gonna be longer because we used a different size roller in the back at least. And also, I probably should have mentioned, on the top portion of my hair, like especially on this side, I did section them off a little larger than I did towards the bottom. But once you've got it all tucked under, we're gonna start to smooth things out. So I'm just using this brush from Suavecita, their teasing brush. I use it basically to style my entire hair, especially when I'm doing this. Once in a while I'll use their paddle brush as well, especially for when I want length. But for the most part, this is a pretty versatile brush. So with the same brush, I'm gonna just start to smooth out the top. And this is why we don't want to get like the bottom of the hair perfectly tucked under quite yet, because we're really gonna start pushing down some of these curls. When I'm brushing down, I like to do this kind of hand motion. I don't really know if it actually helps, but it's just something that I do. And you can start to see this line that's starting to form as well. You can go ahead and do it if you feel like it's gonna help you, or just kind of brush down. And I'm gonna do that all over the head to start to smooth out a little bit of what we teased here. So at first I'm actually going in with the bristles. In a little bit I'm gonna go with the side of the brush because I don't want to brush out all of the teasing that I did. Something else that's gonna help so much when you're trying to calm down any teasing or frizziness is Suavecita's grooming spray. This is my all-time favorite hair product. It's kind of like a liquid pomade, I would say. So it's not super heavy like pomade, so it won't weigh all of this down, but it will definitely help with calming down the frizziness and just smoothing everything out. And here, because it adds a little bit of that wetness, I'm gonna take a couple of Suavecita's, it's just sectioning clips. You can also use the metal clips that look similar to this. I like to refer to them as the alligator clips, and there's shorter ones that are like double prong or duckbill clips. Pin this down and kind of push it up at the same time to keep that little bit of volume here. And I'm gonna do that again around the entire section. I'm gonna try and follow each clip around. Okay, for the next part of achieving this hairstyle, you're gonna want to swap out your bobby pins for hairpins. So a bobby pin is what I showed you earlier, A hairpin looks like this. So it's not as, it doesn't have that much of a grip, so it won't weigh down whatever you're trying to pin down. You're gonna need a small fan. This looks like a blow dryer, but I promise you it's just a fan. This has the right amount of air. I'm gonna show you how much. It barely like blows my hair. So it has the right amount of air strength, I guess, for what we're gonna need it for. And then you're gonna wanna take whatever hairspray you're using, and this is how we're gonna fix all these little flyaways. Go ahead and spray your hair, and this is how we're gonna combine everything as well, like the teasing and those loose ends, or the longer pieces. We wanna keep those so you can see more, you can see some swirls in there, just not that crazy teasing. But you're gonna want to kind of bunch it up, like start to form this little section. And as you're doing that, you want to start to just dry your hair with this little fan, because hairspray takes some time to dry, and the faster it dries, the faster your hair is gonna stick to each other, and the firmer this whole area is gonna hold itself together, and the longer. So if you can see the difference already, try and get a little closer. This is all nice and formed and together, while this is still crazy and loose. So you're gonna do that again around your entire head. So once you've got it to where you like it, there might be some pieces hanging. And that's why I said the hairpins just in case, because sometimes, like this side, for the most part, it's intact. But if there's something hanging like that, you're gonna wanna take the hairpin, kind of just thread it through, and then do like a little circular motion, and then just tuck it in. And sometimes it might take more than one, sometimes it might just take the one. You just wanna figure out what works for your hair and what you need it to do. So I'm gonna do that around any little pieces that are kind of just hanging out. So right now, I kind of feel like with my bangs, it's looking a little bit more 50s than 40s like I would like it to. So instead, I'm gonna take my bangs, the little bit that I have, it's in this weird, awkward growing phase, and I am just gonna go to town with teasing it. It can be so cheesy sometimes. I'm gonna tease it, spray it, and then I will show you how I start to mold it. Don't forget, every time you spray your hair with hairspray, make sure to give it a little blow once you're actually styling it. When you're just doing the teasing and the spraying and the teasing and the spraying, you don't need it so much that time. You can do it for it to hold the tease even better, but I feel like when you're teasing each section of hair, that's just gonna take a lot longer. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know how I like to figure out ways to cut corners when I'm doing my hair. So now that it's nice and dry, and I'm just gonna brush it back lightly, so I'm not really getting the bristles of the brush in there. I'm just lightly brushing it back, because here I definitely need the tease to stay fully intact. So because I have bangs, I'm basically just creating like a little pump more than that cute little S-wave, but I think this works. I do have some crazy little baby hairs right in this section, so that always makes it difficult for me. But like with everything else, you just learn what works best for your hair. Get that hand mirror, another mirror, and start to just inspect your hair, see if there's any things hanging out, see if you need extra bobby pins down at the bottom, especially if you're going to be going out and you just really want that hold. And just let this set for a couple more minutes or so, and we're almost done. And then there you have it. You went from long hair to a faux bob, is what I'm gonna call it. And if you have short hair already, you can still get the same look. It definitely still will help if you tease most of your hair. So if you were to have, or if you do have shorter hair, you'll want to use larger rollers, and you're still gonna wanna tease that bottom half and that half of the top of the hair. I'm the worst at explaining things, but you just want all that volume. You want to make sure that you have some height here to give a really nice little U line going on. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little bit, and even if you didn't, I hope it was fun to watch for you all. Again, thank you so much to the Vintage Woman magazine. This was such an amazing opportunity. I was so happy to be able to share on a whole different platform a little bit of what I do for fun, at least, and to share a little bit more about myself with people than I actually normally do. So thank you all so much for this opportunity. I had a blast doing this for you all. You can all find me on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm definitely on Instagram more. But if you guys want to stay in touch or have any other questions, again, thank you all, and I will see you around the internet. Bye.